I turn this off quickly?
Turn off.
Hi everyone, my name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew.
From the Studio Rats.
Ah, yes.
And firstly, welcome.
Thanks, mate.
To the new digs.
Nice, isn't it? It's massive.
It is a massive type thing. These are purely temporary.
I like them though. I think they look quite cool. I think you should have them up.
They're going to go on the outside.
Oh, okay.
There's outside lights.
Yeah, nice.
Anywho,
Nice.
As we mentioned in our recent Q&A, at the Garden Hallgate auctions to the day, I bought this lot. We have a JCM 2000 DSL dual super lead 100 watt head and a proper JCM 800 1960 A cabinet 4x12.
A for angled.
Yes.
I got to say, I do love a bit of a tatty old Marshall.
But it's epic.
But that's great. I mean, that shows, that amp's been gigged by
someone who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
A lot of the lithographing has worn out in certain places.
Yeah.
I bought this as a to sell on.
Okay.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That is a thing of absolute beauty.
So what are we doing today? Why have we brought it in here?
So, today's video is twofold. One, I want to see how good the soundproofing is so far.
I don't give a monkeys about that, and I just want to turn up. I want to turn up Marshall.
So this video is twofold. Firstly, I want to see how good a single skin 7 Newton block wall is at sound isolation. So what we can then do is in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks time, come back and do the proper, when it's all fully soundproofed and everything's in and all the isolation is in, and we can have a measure of the difference. Now, this is not going to be an uber scientific video. We are going to use this device, my phone, with a random SPL meter on as our measurement. However, what this video really is a 100 Watt Marshall on full tilt.
On full tilt. Yeah, we're
now,
going to do it.
Paul and I are both sensibly wearing
Proper earplugs.
proper moulded earplugs.
Yeah.
I mean, to say, just in messing around and testing with this thing, it's
so loud.
obliterating.
So loud.
Now, when you think that scientifically, the threshold of human pain is 110 dB is the threshold of pain. 120 dB is a 747 at takeoff.
What with you? How far away from it?
Yeah,
Riding on the back of the 747.
holding onto the tail. This thing is loud. Now, I'm interested in how much quieter it is out there. But actually,
We don't care about that.
what's more amusing is the difference between 9 o'clock on the ultra gain volume pot,
Which is less than 2.
less than 2, 12 o'clock, which I suppose is technically kind of 2, 4, 6. But
Let's call it 5.
Let's call it halfway, 5. Yeah. And then how much more you get between 12 o'clock and fully dimed.
Yeah, so our theory should be, because we've tested amps before with attenuators, amps tend to sound fuller once they get past a certain area. There's a certain point of a
sweet spot.
A sweet spot if you want, but there's a certain point of a Marshall amp, especially Marshall amps, they sound thin and weedy up to a certain point, and then once they reach that point,
They come alive.
Yeah, that's where you know that Marshall sound from. And a lot of people do say, we get a lot of comments, oh, my Marshall sounds weedy. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds thin. It sounds like that. That's because you're not driving enough. Now we're going to test.
This is a 100 watt head. We haven't got a close mic on it because, quite frankly, we're having to fudge power in here. We're using the mics that are built into the Tascam recorder as our guitar recording mics. So it might not sound great. Trust me, in the room, it sounds epic.
Sounds
truly epic. So what will happen is this will be a fairly easy video. What I'll do is we'll show you the volume setting, or we'll tell you the volume setting. We'll wind it up, and then I'll show you the meter reading and then I'll go outside and just check it for that side of thing. But actually, most of it is how much better does a Marshall sound, or a Marshall 100-watt sound when you fully give it the beans.
Well, should we do it? Should I play a chord? We'll do it whisper quiet.
Yep.
Do it whisper quiet, and then we'll demonstrate.
So this is...
Put my plugs back
what
in.
What will happen is this a lot, because trust me, we can't actually hear each other when this thing's on full chat.
Absolutely.
So this is now just on tick over.
Hey, you should turn it on first.
That's 78 dB.
That's still loud.
It's still loud, but it's not 9 o'clock loud.
Okay, 9 o'clock.
That's 94 at 9 o'clock.
And we're starting to get quite a bit of hum.
Quite a bit of noise.
Yeah.
Now that could be because we're running off a very long power cable from the house.
I don't think so.
I think that's because this has been...
Well, it's a Marshall amp. And the thing about this sort of hum, you wouldn't notice that in the recording, because if it's a solo guitar part, you're going to hear that. But obviously with the rest of the band, all that stuff's going to be muted out.
So that's at 9 o'clock.
Okay, shall I play a chord and you wind up from there?
That's 112 dB.
Right.
In the 12 o'clock position.
That's 12 o'clock. But the thing about amplifiers is that's not necessarily half volume.
Yeah.
Or half level, we should call
half level. It's strictly speaking, it is half volume because it's the volume knob. The gain is dimed.
Yeah.
We're on the ultra gain setting.
What else would you do?
It's a Marshall, of course. Let's now see if I wind this to 3 o'clock, 3/4, how much more volume we get. I don't think we're going to get that much more volume, but I think what's going to happen is the power amp tubes will start to sag and you'll get that kind of flubby...
Oh, they're going to start to, they're not going to be...
They're going to start to scream, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're also getting a lot more background noise now. That's 112.
That's 112, okay.
At 3 o'clock, so 3/4 effectively.
So technically, going from half to 3/4, how many more dB was it?
About 3 or 4, 3.
So not that much more.
No, but 3 dB is double the power.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Now, let's go from 3 o'clock to full tilt and see what difference it makes.
So the equivalent
how does it feel playing it now?
I can't even, to be honest, I think I've got my plugs in and everything's rattling.
If I was wearing trousers, they'd be doing this.
Oh yeah. I want to stand properly in front of it.
The amount of bass is coming out of it now.
Yeah.
We haven't got the deep option on the EQ because I think that would just feedback and squeal like a...
No, you don't need to go any more deeper than that.
Right, let's go from 3 o'clock to full beans.
Okay.
No extra volume.
Really?
No extra actual volume. It's gone up to 112.2.
Interesting.
But it did thicken out. It sounded a lot more saturated. It sounded a lot more out of control.
It's completely out of control.
I'd say I actually think, I know it's 100 watt,
Yeah.
but I think that 12 o'clock position
Yeah.
is the sweet spot.
Oh yeah. No, actually, I don't. I think the sweet spot is between
9 and 12.
Yeah, between 9 and 12.
Because, I mean, see there, if we just play and I'll wind it in.
Yeah.
So that's at what I'd call 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it calls 3 o'clock, and that was 102.
Well,
Which is still enough to really upset your front of house engineer.
oh yeah. And also, you know, it's noisy. We're also using single coils.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff.
Just humour me at this point. I want to go outside.
Yeah.
I want you to wind it to full tilt, and
Yeah.
we'll go. Or let's say sensibly. Let's go halfway. Because
Yeah.
halfway was
Yeah.
a sweet spot.
Yeah.
We'll
Absolutely.
do a measurement inside again.
Okay.
I'll then take us outside, and you'll hear the difference. That's what. That's,
Okay.
So. So, that proved a thing.
Well, I don't know what it proved apart from us turning up a Marshall in an empty room, but
What's interesting is there's a significant drop between inside the outside.
yes,
You
it's massive.
20 odd dB is
Yeah.
not an insignificant drop. However, is it what I'm aiming for? Hell no. Is the room finished? Definitely not. I mean, there are points in here where you can see daylight through the wall still because the ceiling is only yay thick, and it will be yay thick.
Yeah.
The walls only have a single cut of block right now, and there's going to be 3 layers. And as an exercise, it was worthwhile. Probably not terribly scientific, and for that, anyone who's looking at this hoping we want to do something scientific, clearly you've not met Paul or I. But 20 dB drop through a block wall is not bad going.
No, it's good. It's good. It's a
And
nice room.
it also proves the fact that this thing is staying.
Well, that's massive, isn't it?
It's epic.
Yeah.
Well, really hope you enjoyed that. Found it a bit of fun. Nothing too serious from us, as always. But for now, if you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. And we will see you again soon. But for now, my name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew.
From the Studio Rats, we will see you again very soon.